Morning, sir.
Okay, so in the last class we discussed a little about anti-tubercular drug. We have to do the multi-drug regimen, how it works out. Before going into that, I would like to ask you, how does rifampicin work? What is rifampicin? How does it work? What can you tell me about rifampicin?
It binds to DNA-dependent RNA polymerase,
Challenge.
Okay,
inhibit RNA synthesis,
all right.
and bacteria will listen.
Okay, bacteria will die. All right, that is the mechanism of action. Correct. Good. Other than that, what can you tell me about?
So it should
This is inhibited, leading to.
solo niacinamide.
Okay. Why?
The combination.
Why is solo not given? Why is the drug given in combination?
Resistance of this develops, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay. Anything else? What about the PK parameters of competition?
They're good observed in empty stomach, sir.
It absorbs well in empty stomach. If food is present, what will happen? What does food do
It
to
will
the
it
competition?
will affect the absorption
It will limit the
process.
absorption. Okay, all right. Okay, someone has been seeing videos. Good. और क्या इट विल लिमिट द absorption तो अगर आप खाने के साथ देना चाह रहे हैं so how will you know how will you give the drug? Let us suppose you have a patient
Yeah.
who is about to eat or has already eaten.
2 hours, 2 hours after eating, sir.
Okay, that is one way. If someone is about to eat,
One
1 hour.
hour before meal.
okay, good. What are the common adverse effects?
Hepatotoxicity.
So
Epigastric distress,
Hepatotoxicity, epigastric distress, and
abdominal
Flu.
flu-like symptoms, abdominal cramps. Flu-like symptoms में क्या आते हैं? और flu-like syndrome भी बोलते हैं उसको.
chills, fever,
All right. आपको सर्दी हुई तो चिल्स फीवर के अलावा और कुछ होता ना कॉमन कोल्ड बोल रहे व्हाट विल
cough,
हैपन टू
common cough,
कॉफ ओके फाइन
headache.
कॉफ हेडेक हो सकता समथिंग मोर देन हेडेक विल हैपन इट इज आल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ एक द बॉडी विल स्टार्ट पेनिंग body aches are common with flu that will occur with rifampicin any particular CNS problems
Ataxia,
dizziness,
sir. CNS attacks.
okay dizziness someone was feeling something else as well dizziness एक है और
Neuropathy.
Ataxia.
and peripheral neuropathy also with pain.
Peripheral neuropathy with pain. All right. And you will also have numbness in the extremity. Some patients will have dizziness. Some patients will have confusion. Some patients will suffer from ataxia. थोड़े लोगों में one important adverse effect you're forgetting about rifampicin. Think that you need to
The
inform the
fluids
patient
become
about.
red orange in color.
हाँ तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं?
Hypersensitivity there. Hypersensitivity reaction.
Okay, that is one. That is called staining reactions. Okay. So, some of the body fluids will become orangish red in color. Tears, saliva, sweat, urine, ये पूरे orangish red color हो जाते हैं. All right. Uh, what about pyrazinamide? What can you tell me about pyrazinamide? Mechanism of action unknown है वो मैं अभी बोल देता हूँ. There is
So
nothing
these
to
are
it.
more active in acidic pH.
Okay, it is more active in acidic pH. Good.
Safe to give in pregnancy.
Hmm.
They absorb very well when given orally.
Okay. What is the route of metabolism? Pyrazinamide का? How does it get absorbed? Sorry, how does it get metabolized?
So they cross inflammation, meningitis, liver
Hmm.
metabolism.
The cross-inflamed meninges, so you can give it in meningitis. Okay, metabolism is through liver. Uh, Adverse effects, two specific ones are there.
Hepatotoxicity,
Hepatotoxicity and
hy- hyperuricemia.
what is hyperuricemia?
So uric acid level will rise.
तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता पेशेंट में?
Joint.
Gouty arthritis.
They can have attacks of gouty arthritis. The patient will also have joint pain because of ये भी पहले तरह. All right. Anything about ethambutol?
Anthroxy.
How does it work?
It is a bacteriostatic toxin.
Which is tuberculostatic. Okay. How does it work?
It inhibit mycolic acid incorporated into cell walls.
Okay. Mycolic acid incorporation in cell wall is inhibited temporarily, because of which the bacterial growth does not occur. It is not able to divide properly. What is specific adverse effect of ethambutol?
Optic
Optic
neuritis,
neuritis.
color blindness.
How do you test for it?
The red green difference never noted.
Okay, the individual will not be able to differentiate between the colors of red and green. Can you give it in children?
Contraindication avoid.
Contraindicated in
Avoid
children.
it.
Why?
We
Differentiate
cannot
between
differentiate.
Yes,
differentiate.
they will not be able to differentiate between the colors. There is a chance that they will not be able to differentiate it clearly, and you will not be able to diagnose it properly. Okay, ये हुआ और क्या डिस्कस कर रहे थे अपन? What about bedaquiline? Also discuss bedaquiline, right? These are second line.
Streptomycin.
Okay, streptomycin तो वही पुराना amyloglycoside है. It works by 30 years repertoire ototoxicity nephrotoxicity. इसको भी सोलर यूज करते हैं, ये IM यूज करते हैं. What about bedaquiline?
So it binds and inhibits microbacterial ATP synthesis.
ATP synthase. Okay, what happens because of binding of ATP synthase or inhibition of ATP synthase?
So there is no energy generation, which leads to the death of bacteria.
Okay, leads to death of bacteria. Okay, not the human. All right. What drug should you avoid with bedaquiline?
So any drug which will interfere with microsomal enzymes.
Inducer or inhibitor, whatever it is, do not give it with bedaquiline. Common adverse effects?
So hepatotoxicity, nausea,
Hepatotoxicity. Nausea.
prolongation,
What prolongation?
QT prolongation.
Okay. Arthralgia भी होता है इससे. All right. Now, coming to dots. See, so yesterday actually we will discuss about dots today. Dots is directly observed treatment. Okay, so that is what dots stand for. Directly observed treatment outcomes. Okay. Dots therapy भी बोलते हैं, dots chemotherapy भी बोलते हैं. This is an initiative of the government of India to make sure that patients who are contracted with TB are given appropriate drugs at primary healthcare centers. So if आप अगर गांव में भी देखें या if you see even at a mandal level, you will see several primary healthcare centers who are running the dots course. So what they will do is if they come across any TB patient, they will make sure that the patient is coming to them, taking the drug every day and going away. So they will be accountable as well, even if the patient, because the therapy goes on for so long, negligence is possible, very high with treatment of TB. And if you are negligent with it, there are two problems. One problem is that you will obviously spread it to others. Second problem is that the organism will start becoming resistant. So it will become harder and harder to treat. Okay, and that resistant organism may spread to others, and others might also get resistance. So because of that, what government of India did is they started an initiative where they were literally being accountable for treatment of people. Okay, whoever had TB, they would come to the primary healthcare center, and every day they would get. Initially, it was a short, later on it became a tablet. Okay, every day someone people would come, they will take a tablet, and they will go. Now जो treatment है, जो fixed dose regimen है, ऐसा रहता है। जैसे हाँ, this is how DOTS works, ठीक है? Depending on the body weight, एक तो इनिशियली एफडीसी 4 एफडीसी देते, बाद में कंटिन्यूअस फेज में 3 एफडीसी देते। जो इनिशियल इंटेंसिव फेज रहता, आई टोल्ड यू कीमोथेरेपी ऑफ टीबी विल वर्क इन 2 फेजेस। फर्स्ट फेज विल बी द इनिशियल एंड इंटेंसिव फेज, उसको आईपी बोलते हैं, ठीक है? इसमें आप चारों ड्रग्स दे रहे, आइसोनियाजिड, रिफैम्पिसिन, पाइराज़ोलामाइड एंड एथाम्ब्यूटोल, दैट इज व्हाई एचआरजेडी लिखा हुआ है, okay, and the doses are also mentioned, so you will get a particular tablet which has all of those, okay? You will either get it in 2 tablets or you will get it in a single tablet. ये जो है drugs, depending on the body weight you will get different levels of the drug, so either 2 tablets मिलते हैं या 3 tablets मिलते हैं, 4 tablets मिलते हैं, 5 tablets मिलते हैं, as the weight goes up, okay? There will be a proper ratio to it, that is why it is 2 3 4 5. And this goes on for the first 2 to 3 months. That is the intensive phase of treatment, where the aim is to kill as many bacteria as possible. Once the patient moves into continuous phase, which is the after the 3-month period, and they go into the next 4 to 5 months of continuous phase treatment, that is when the one drug is removed. So pyrazinamide is removed, and continuous phase में 3 drugs दे रहे हैं, isoniazid, rifampicin, ethambutol की combination दे रहे हैं। एंड यहाँ पर क्या कहते हैं, अगेन बेस्ड ऑन द बॉडी वेट, या तो 2 या 3 या 4 या 5 टैबलेट देते हैं, ओके? नाउ विथ दिस स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन इज गिवन कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री, सो वेदर इट बी 4 एफडीसी और 3 एफडीसी, इसको 4 एफडीसी बोलते हैं। जो आईपी है ना, 4 फिक्स्ड ड्रग कॉम्बो बोल के बोलते हैं, दैट इज एफडीसी, राइट? 4 एफडीसी या कंटिन्यूअस फेज में 3 एफडीसी, 3 फिक्स्ड डोज कॉम्बो। तो Streptomycin जो है, that is in gram, so half a gram depending on different body weight. तो अगर 25 to 39 kg के है तो half a gram इंजेक्शन दे रहे हैं, ये IM दे रहे हैं, ओके? अगर 70 प्लस है तो 1 ग्राम दे रहे हैं, 55 60 1 ग्राम दे रहे हैं, 40 to 54 0.75, ऐसा रहता। पहले थोड़ा अलग देते थे, अब थोड़ा चेंज करें उसको। पहले you would find it a slightly different continuous phase में and intensive phase में। Currently this is followed, and currently बोले तो this is the, I think this has been followed since almost like 1990s or 2000s, if I'm not wrong. They might have updated it again slightly. Main drugs will remain the same, but the problem is that there's something called DOTS Plus that came out, okay? DOTS Plus will include specific drugs from the second line as well, because DOTS Plus is for XDR and MDR TB. So extended drug resistance and multi-drug resistant TB जो strains होते हैं, उन लोगों के लिए there is something called DOTS Plus. So that is also is being used nowadays. Now that concludes our tuberculosis. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask, or else we'll move on to leprosy. All right. So I'll give you a brief rundown of what leprosy is. Leprosy is a bacterial infection in which you will have severe skin lesions, okay? And those skin lesions will sometimes be so intense that they will start causing neuronal problems. So that जो peripheral neurons रहते हैं वहाँ तक damage होने लगता है. These you will have what do you call skin lesions that are going pretty deep, and you will have different type of skin lesions. Depending on different type of skin lesion, आपको अलग-अलग type of leprosy रहती है. Multibacillary, paucibacillary, multibacillary may be third types. I'm not going into a lot of detail, but essentially what will happen is these patients will have something called Lepre reactions. So Lepre reactions are something like what asthma happens. Asthmatic reactions जो होता, status asthmaticus, वैसा Lepre reactions होता. Lepre reactions are essentially acute exacerbations. They are getting triggered because of maybe infection, the leprosy infection as well, or maybe some other comorbid, some other concurrent infection, or it can be stress induced, or it can be anxiety induced, and treatment is generally given with Dapsone. We'll discuss about that. Then in that Lepre reaction itself, you will have 2 different types of reactions. So leprosy may they are severe skin lesions, okay, which are going deep enough to cause neuronal damage, right, and they'll occur all over the body. Now depending on different type of leprosy, थोड़े एक-एक जगह पे लिमिटेड रहता है, 2 to 5 skin lesions रहते हैं. Sometimes you will have it all over the body. Okay, sometimes it will be in between as well. Depending on that also you will have a categorization of leprosy. Then we have leprosy reactions. These reactions are of two types, type 1 and type 2. Okay. Type 1 reaction may there are cutaneous ulcerations. So on the surface of the skin, the patient will have ulcerations and nerves might become very, very painful and tender. Okay. So ये patient का आप क्या करते हैं? You will give corticosteroids, you will give clofazimine, you will give aspirin for pain as well. Okay. Type 2 reactions may, this is called lepromatous leprosy. Now, in this, what will happen is new lesions will appear and the old lesions will become even worse. So, second is a more severe type of reaction, because the second lepra reaction that is a more severe reaction of one. इसमें क्या हो रहा है? नए-नए lesions आते जा रहे हैं and the older lesions are becoming even worse. Now, in this, the patient will have proper neuralgia, they will have fever, lymphadeninitis, and sometimes it is technically a hypersensitivity reaction. Okay, this type 2 leprosy reaction जो है, it is a proper hypersensitivity reaction to the antigens of leprosy. जो bacterial antigen रहता है उसको आपकी body hypersensitive हो जाती, because of which what will happen is the patient will start showing hypersensitivity effect, chills, fever, rashes, वो पूरे होने लगते. Lymphadenitis होता, neuralgia होता, more severe. इसमें clofazimine and dapsone देते. Now, as such, even in pharmacology, for you, it is not in detail. Only 2-3 drugs are mentioned. That's it. So, see, the main drugs that are used in leprosy, one will be sulfones. Sulfones works similar to sulfonamides. Okay, same mechanism of action. Dapsone is the drug that will come under sulfones. Sulfone itself is the class. Okay, then you can give rifampicin. You can give ethionamide. Second line drug. Ethionamide तो ऐसा एक proteonamide भी रहता, same mechanism of action, भाई ये समझो, cousins. Then we have clofazimine. Clofazimine is technically a dye, but it has antibacterial, weak bactericidal properties. That is why it is used. Now, first of all, talking about dapsone. So as I was telling you, this works the same way as sulfonamide. So what will it will get incorporated inside the cell. It will inhibit the conversion of para-aminobenzoic acid into folic acid. ठीक है, जो folic acid synthase enzyme है तो उसको inhibit करता है. ठीक है, dihydrofolic synthetase भी बोलते हैं, folic acid synthesis भी बोलते हैं, whatever you call it. Okay, so this is making dihydrofolic acid and it is inhibiting dihydrofolic acid synthesis. So PABA से dihydrofolic acid बनता, and that reaction which is occurring in the bacteria is stopped by dapsone by inhibiting the enzyme which is catalyzing the reaction. This is leprostatic. The drug is not leprocidal, it is leprostatic. Stop the growth, not kill the bacteria. It undergoes liver metabolism and urinary excretion. It is generally well tolerated, not a lot of big problems, but depending on the dose that you are giving, dapsone can cause hemolytic anemia in everyone. Okay. Depending on the dose that you are giving, it can lead to hemolytic anemia in patients. Generally, dapsone को trimethoprim के साथ देते. Dapsone 100 mg is given with trimethoprim. Trimethoprim weight के basis पे देते हैं, 15 to 20 mg per kg per day. Okay. This combo is generally given for 3 weeks in patients of leprosy. Alright. Then we have another important thing about dapsone is that if you use it for a long period of time, resistance will develop. Okay. That is why generally dapsone को भी combination में देते हैं. अगर solo भी use कर रहा था, ज़्यादा लंबा use नहीं करना. Maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks maximum, not more than that. No, not even 3 weeks. If it is going for longer than 2 weeks, generally combination there. Okay. Because there is a risk of the organism becoming resistant to dapsone. That will be another headache. Then we have Clofazimine. Now, clofazimine, as I told you, is a dye. Okay, it's not technically a drug per se; it is a dye. So this is a weak dye, and it's a weak bactericidal agent. A weak bactericidal properties. Right. Now, it also has anti-inflammatory properties. That is why it is generally preferred in leprosy. You can give it orally. One problem with clofazimine is that because it is a dye, it will cause reddish black skin discoloration. Wherever it is getting imparted, that drug will cause reddish black skin discoloration. Reddish black skin discoloration. Okay. And this will remain for several months. Even if you stop the drug, it will stay for a long period of time. That is your job to tell the patient that that is normal. If you're taking furosemide, then it is black skin discoloration will occur. Along with this, it can also cause skin dryness, it can cause itching, and it can cause phototoxicity. So tell that to the patient. Right? Itching, phototoxicity, and skin dryness. Then another drug that is given in leprosy is ethionamide. So ethionamide was already discussed earlier. Generally, it is not used a lot because it is expensive, and it is more toxic than dapsone. So that is that. Generally, ethionamide is given in multi-drug regimen. Patients who are not able to tolerate clofazimine, उन लोगों के अंदर ethionamide देते हैं. इथेनोमाइड से क्लोफाजिमिन से अगर बहुत टॉक्सिसिटी हो रही है तो जब स्विच ऑन टू इथेनोमाइड. Clofazimine B, when you are giving, see, clofazimine, the dose itself, if you can give it in two ways. One is the patient can receive it once per month. Okay, clofazimine will be given 300 mg once per month, and it will be supervised. वैसा ऐसा दे सकते हैं, या फिर you can give 50 mg daily, and that 50 mg the patient can take it themselves. Either way, आप वैसा भी दे सकते हैं. Generally, multibacillary में करते हैं, possibacillary में clofazimine use भी नहीं करते. Right. Now, that finishes your leprosy. Very, very small topic for you. 2-3 drugs, that's it. We have antifungal drugs. Now, before we get into antifungal drugs, we'll just show you the structure of a fungal cell so that you understand how the drugs are working. Okay, this is the basic cell structure. It will have both the cell wall and cell membrane, which is very, very important because most of the cells, they will either kill or destroy cell wall, or they will destroy cell membrane, sometimes even both. So remember that this fungal cell will have a cell membrane and a cell wall. Certain drugs will go into the nucleus and inhibit DNA synthesis and all of that, but most of them will disrupt cell wall or cell membrane. Now, antifungal drugs जो है there are several ways to classify antifungal drugs. One common method that you will find based on how they are acting, or you can tell this is based on mechanism of action as well. You'll find these many 5 classes. Now, depending on where they are acting, also you will find different classes, 4 different classes. आप लोगों को आपके syllabus में based on where they are working, location of or site of action के basis पे है. So drugs acting on cell membrane, drug acting on cell wall, drugs acting on nucleus, and other topical agent. ऐसा divided है. इसमें antibiotics, antimetabolites, azoles, allylamines, and other topical agents है ना. Anyway, it will change a little bit depending on what textbook you are using. It will change, but it is fine. If you memorize one of it, that is, you don't need to memorize all the drugs that are present here. अब हम जो antibiotics ऐसे ही लिखे, let's suppose you are writing it exactly how it is mentioned on the screen. So you will write antibiotics, polyenes में 2 drugs, plus amphotericin B nystatin or amphotericin B hamycin. Then echinocandins, again 2 drugs. Caspofungin, mifafungin और anidolafungin, 2 कोई भी ड्रग्स देख रहा है. हेट्रोसाइक्लिक में ग्रेसियोफल्विन एक ही है, वो लिख रहे हैं. एंटीमेटाबोलाइट में एक ही है. अजोल्स में you will have both imidazoles, triazoles. Again, imidazoles में you'll have 2 types. Topical ऐसा दो ड्रग, minimum 2 drugs. If that class is only 1 drug, let it be. ठीक है, एक ही ड्रग लिखो. Don't need to memorize all of them at this point. At least you will eventually start memorizing it, but it will happen over the years. It is not something that can be stopped in 1 year. Okay. Now, when we talk about antifungals, the first class we'll discuss about will be antifungal antibiotics, and the primary drug in that will be amphotericin B. Very, very, very important drug. Okay, standard for antifungal treatment. So very broad coverage as well. Okay, AMD. Now you'll find several forms of the drug: liposomal milta, colloidal milta, lipid soluble milta. तीन general forms of amphotericin B found. Depending on the patient's condition, आप अलग-अलग type देते हैं क्योंकि अलग-अलग type की थोड़ी अलग-अलग toxicity रहती and अलग-अलग benefits रहते. You don't have that much detail on how it is used. I'll just tell you what the drug is and how it works. Now, because it has a wide spectrum इसलिए बोलते हैं. See, amphotericin B also falls into a category called polyenes. ये जो first class बोल रहा है of antifungals, it is called antifungal antibiotic, or they are also called polyenes. In some textbooks, you'll find them as polyenes. So, harmycin, nystatin, natamycin, ये पूरे polyenes को fall करते हैं. At least amphotericin B, harmycin, and nystatin polyenes. So, इसके coverage में you will have candida. It will inhibit candida albicans, histoplasma, candida, histoplasma. It will affect cryptococcus neoformans. Okay, it can work on coccidioids, it can work on aspergillus, it can work on blastomyces. Okay, pretty wide coverage. Okay, and depending on the concentration of the drug that is given to the patient, it is fungistatic at lower concentration and fungicidal at higher concentration. Bacteria will not have sterol, so there is no effect of polyenes altogether. Amphotericin B is completely useless in bacterial infection or any other polyene for that matter. Okay. And another important thing about amphotericin B is that this is the least toxic polyene. As such, polyene antibiotics will be very toxic. Even amphotericin B, you will understand in a bit why it is so toxic, but it is very toxic to anybody. This is also a drug that is similar to colistin. Upon, I think, 1 or 2 classes ago, when I was discussing about miscellaneous antibiotics, I told you about a drug called polymyxin B and colistin, given in life-threatening conditions. Yeah, for chloramphenicol, that is also used only in life-threatening conditions. Amphotericin B is also something like that. Okay, only in special conditions you will use it, and even in that, it will say that the patient will survive taking the drug, because even if you perform TDM, this drug is fairly risky to get. Now, the mechanism of action of the drug is that, so this drug will bind to ergosterol. I think I have, yeah. So this drug binds to ergosterol, and fungal cell में जो fungal cell membrane में जो ergosterol रहता है उसको bind करता है. And what will happen is, because of this, the membrane integrity will be altered. So how it is altered is that it will start forming pores. So ergosterol is, think of ergosterol as the cholesterol of your fungal cell. ठीक है, आपके ह्यूमन सेल में जैसा कोलेस्ट्रॉल इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ द सेल, cell membrane, the same way ergosterol plays a very important role in maintaining the cell integrity of the fungal cell. If ergosterol is not able to get imparted into the cell membrane, it will start becoming weak and pores start to appear in the cell membrane of the fungi. Eventually what will happen is, through those pores, the cell content of the fungi will start leaking out. It will lead to cell death. Okay, that is the mechanism of action of amphotericin B. It will go inside your body. It will get inside the fungal cell. It will start binding with ergosterol and will not let ergosterol bind into the cell membrane, because of which cell membrane becomes weak. Pores start to form in the cell membrane of the fungi. Eventually what will happen is, the cell contents which are present inside the cytoplasm of your fungi will start leaking out, leading to the death of the fungi. So, now depending on concentration you are giving, a few are, अगर थोड़े fungi inhibit कर रहे हैं तो fungistatic बोलते हैं. अगर पूरे fungi को मार दे रहे हैं तो that is fungicidal properly. Okay? Now if you have enough enough population of fungi where The growth is only inhibited for a small period of time, and again, as soon as the drug is removed, it will start bouncing back. तो उसको fungistatic concentration बोलते हैं. If you are giving a high enough concentration that it is killing maximum number of fungal cells, that is fungicidal concentration. ये mechanism of action समझना है आप लोगों को? How it is working? Okay, that is a yes. If you have doubts, please feel free to ask. Right. Now, coming to PK parameters of amphotericin B, this drug is not absorbed orally properly at all. Okay. Generally, in most scenarios, this drug is not given orally until and unless the patient has intestinal candidiasis. If someone has intestinal candidiasis, see, the main reason why this drug is not given orally because of its high systemic toxicity. It can cause a lot of problems if it gets absorbed systemically. एक तो absorption बराबर नहीं रहता, but even if it does get absorbed, it will be a big problem. So आप क्या करते हैं? If the patient is having intestinal candidiasis, then you can give a tablet. So you will know that it is not going to get absorbed orally, and it will achieve a very good concentration in intestines. Because intestinal candidiasis, the site of action itself is the intestine. So you are, tweaking the drug, or you are giving it smartly in such a way that because the infection is in the intestine, वहाँ पर जाके काम करती है. Even though normally drugs should get absorbed in the intestine, this will not get absorbed, which is advantageous to you. Okay. Normally it is given as an IV suspension there. Okay. And another thing is that it will not achieve good concentration in CSF. Okay. Excretion is mainly through urine, some of it through bile. Okay. You will also see a few, renal problems and hepatic problems in such patients. Mainly undergoes liver metabolism. 60% of the drug undergoes liver metabolism. Okay. इसकी dose जो है 500 to 100 mg 4 times a day देते generally. अगर especially intestinal mononucleosis के लिए दे देता 500 mg to 550 to 100 mg दे देता. Sorry. Now, coming to the main adverse effects of the drug, so it has a lot of adverse effects. Okay. See, their adverse effects itself can be acute and chronic reaction time. Yes, some effects will occur immediately, some of them will take time. So, acute reactions may, there will be fever, chills, hypertension, blood pressure will increase by giving amphotericin B. It can cause muscle spasms, all right? Muscle spasms, especially with IV infusion. Okay. Pain hota, all over pain, body pain, that is. The patient will have thrombophlebitis, especially on the site of infection. And another important thing is that whenever you are giving the drug, what you can do is you especially जब IV दे रहे आप, give the drug slowly. Okay? Slowly, gradually the drug. So you can avoid thrombophlebitis to a certain extent. If you're giving it very quickly, it will cause a lot of problems. Thrombophlebitis बहुत severely होता patient में. Okay? And there is a risk that the patient will have arrhythmias if you're pushing the drug very quickly. That is why also the drug is injected very slowly. If you do not give it slowly, there is a risk of arrhythmias. Then chronic, cannot exactly be chronic, but let us suppose the patient has been taking the drug for at least a week. In that condition, the patient will start showing renal impairment. Okay. The patient will have neurotoxicity. इसके अलावा anemia, significant anemia. Okay. Anemia is specifically occurring because of decreased erythropoietin production. ये erythropoietin production इसलिए कम हो रहा है क्योंकि amphotericin B causes bone marrow depression. Okay. But once amphotericin B is going inside, it will cause bone marrow depression because of which erythropoietin is not produced properly, leading to anemia. Anemia, renal toxicity, nephrotoxicity भी होता है, especially nephrotoxicity on very long-term use, or neurotoxicity. So these are all adverse effects of this thing, amphotericin B. The reason why amphotericin B is so toxic and it has so many adverse effects is mainly because ergosterol is very similar to cholesterol. Okay, cholesterol will resemble ergosterol, and what will happen is these drugs can bind with the cholesterol of your own body. it will have less affinity, but it can bite. And what will happen is because of that, it can create a lot of problems. It will stay in your body for much longer time. It has a very long T half. 15 दिन तक रहता है आपकी body में, amphotericin B. So T half itself is 15 days. So because it's staying in the body for that long, the potential to cause toxic effects is also very high, right? So those are some things about this thing. अब किसमें यूज कर सकते हैं तो लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग mycotic infections, mainly like mucormycosis, invasive aspergillosis, coccidiomycosis, histoplasmosis. ठीक है, you can give it in gut and local infection as well. For example, leishmaniasis, काला अजहर के बारे में कभी सुनी? That is leishmaniasis. You can give it in that. You should not combine it with other certain antifungals, not all the antifungals, but certain antifungals is a mix नहीं करना. You should not mix it with vancomycin also, vancomycin, aminoglycosides, rifampicin, cycloserine, or any other neurotoxic or hepatotoxic drug. उसके साथ combine नहीं करना. So we'll discuss about the rest of the antifungals tomorrow.